afternoon, VivaMK. Thank you for joining me once again for a live Facebook update on the business and any other shenanigans that I can possibly throw in. Of course, if you're not watching it live and you're watching it later, welcome anyway. Thank you for joining me as per usual. Your support is unbelievable. It's the 20th of June 2019, which means we're 5 days away from being 1 year old. 5 days away, 25th of June 2018, we opened registration on this business, and if you remember it, for those of you that were there at the time, 2,000 people joined. The system crashed. Well, some things haven't changed, system still crashed, but nevertheless, we're nearly 1 year old. And if I look back on that, thinking where we were a year ago, I didn't really know what was going to happen, where the business was going to go, what the plan was. And some would say I still haven't got any idea where those things are concerned. And they may well be true, because some of this, where this business is concerned, we kind of build it and we grow it and we develop it as we're kind of going along. We go along and we build it as each day goes by. And here we are, nearly 1 year old. And that is a phenomenal place to be, as I remember it well, at midday on the 25th of June. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Nobody knew how long this business was going to last, how big it was going to get, what it was going to create. And we all came together and we did it. And that, is a testimony in itself of how successful we have been. Because the way I see it, if anybody has made any income from this business, we have been a success. If anybody has put out catalogues or promoted the business, promoted the products, and has anybody joined or has even one single product sold, well, that is a success. Any sales, anyone joining, any development in the business is a success. So we've had a phenomenal year. Of course, there are things that could have gone so much better. But the way I see it, there are also things that could have gone a lot worse. In some cases, not much worse, but they could have done. So 1 year, nearly 1 year old, 5 days off, and I can only thank you all for the support you've given in the last 12 months, for the support that you continue to give every single day, because without our network of people that support this business every single day, 24 hours a day, we wouldn't be here where we are, almost ready to celebrate 1 year in business. And, network marketing is so full of hype and hyperbole that, you get kind of lost in the field of the business, because there's so many businesses promise so much. They promise unlimited riches. They promise unlimited prizes. They promise ground floor opportunities. There's that old chestnut again. They promise so much, and I'm not saying they don't deliver. My point is, sometimes you don't offer all these big things. You just allow people just to make an extra income and let them carry on making it. I've tried to make our business as simple as possible. A sales plan you can actually understand. Straightforward. Everything you sell, you get 25% straight profit. No SPVs, no BPs, none of that. Just straight pounds and pence, 25%. If you sell more items and you sell more, then there's volume profit. The more you sell, the more you make. And then there's bonuses on top of that. There isn't any area of our sales plan that is difficult to understand. You can understand it in its entirety after one reading. And that was one of the things behind it. No hype, no exaggeration. We just do what we do. If you've sold any products, then it's a success. There's no auto shipper products. There's nothing you have to buy. You just pay for whatever your sales are, and that's the end of that. There is no more to it, and I don't ever want anybody to hype this business or exaggerate it, try and build it bigger than it is. Just say it as it is and people will buy into it, and they are. So talking of buying into it, Andy and Ram, our own Lauren Hardy, our own, of course, inevitable and Deck, will be telling you all about 6 of the best after this live broadcast. They've got a video coming out to tell you what it's all about and what the excitement has all been about, and how you can be part of it and how you can get recognition for it and what you can win in it. So look forward to seeing that video explanation of what 6 of the best is all about. Of course, they have our support in that and appreciate everything they're doing to help try and build the business. Lynn's webinar with Sharon Davis last night was another huge success. If you can watch that, I'm sure Lynn will have it on replay somewhere. You need to watch it because it had all the tips you need in there to build your retail business. Again, no hype, no exaggeration, just straightforward facts and figures on how you build your business. That's all you need. The next webinar, Lynn wants me to remind you, is Janet Lyle. Sometimes known as Janet Reese, but generally known as Janet Lyle, and that's Wednesday 11th of July. And what Janet is so good at is promoting products and, of course, exceptional retail. So if you want to learn more about how to promote your product, how to sell your product, how to present it in its best possible light, and how to improve your retail to make straightforward cash, then Janet Lyle's the one to tune into. I'm sure there'll be a link soon. That's Wednesday 11th of July. So going back to what I was saying, the business is straightforward. There's no need to ever exaggerate it. I always used to say that in the past about our previous businesses, but in this business more than ever, there's never any need to exaggerate or hype it. You know, we're not a year old yet. That's one thing you can say for certain. You can certainly say for every single product sold, there's a straight 25% retail profit. No SPVs, no nominal numbers, just straight forward cash. And the volume profit is very much the same. As soon as you hit the £500 retail with you or your team, you start earning volume profits, straightforward percentages of what you can earn. And again, so straightforward to understand. Then, of course, the bonuses. As soon as legs start breaking out at Premiere, you earn percentages on those two. Just 3 simple ways of making money. No nominal points, straight pounds and pence. And we always want to keep the business like that. Next week, it'll be the end of June, of course, and I'll give you a 6-month update on where the business has been and what's going on, of course, and what is also happening for the next 6 months. And one of the biggest things in the next 6 months, as you know, is going to be our Don't Stop Me Now Christmas Showcase, where you'll see the first ever viewing of our first proper, real big Christmas catalogue. I know we had one last year, but that one was created in about 2.5 weeks, and the team did a phenomenal job to get that out. You know, we only started selling product on the 9th of July, and the first Christmas catalogue was already out by the 16th of August. So it did not take long for us to do it. But this time there's been more time, more effort put into it, and it will be, it's easy to say now, our greatest Christmas catalogue, and you'll see it on the 31st of August, as well as training and coaching, and of course the gala dinner. If you can be at the gala dinner, then you need to be there, because sometimes the greatest part of any event is what happens after the event when people celebrate, and we will have so much to celebrate. Not only celebrate the principle of never stopping and always going forward and don't ever stop me now, but Christmas coming forward, because the best 3 months of the year or 4 months are about to happen. But most importantly, the fact that we will be a year old, it is also our official birthday party. So if you can be there, do please be there. In a moment, I'll show you a couple of pages from the next forthcoming catalogue. But if you remember a few weeks ago, and people have asked me to just explain this briefly again, I talked about the 3 P's of our business: people, products, and profit. Of course, every business has to make profit. You have to make profit. However, don't put your profits before the people. People are so important in network marketing, and some businesses do forget that. But in our business, people are key and paramount in this organization. So products, you try and give people the kind of products that they want, even if it's products like that, which do sell very, very well. But, you know, if somebody had said to me that I would be demonstrating, well, I'm not demonstrating it, but showing you a page, showing you an earwax remover tool, I would never have believed you. Here I am a year on showing you one of our best-selling products, which is a page from the forthcoming catalogue. So my point is, you try and give people the product that they want, and they clearly want this product. Or here's the point, it's not just giving people what they want, which is the basics, but it's giving people things they didn't know they wanted until they see it, and then they want it. I won't be doing a demonstration of that, you'll be glad to know, but so there we are. That's a typical page from the forthcoming Basics Essentials catalogue. Now that catalogue, I said I wouldn't give you a date, and the reason I wasn't going to give you a date, because I always get my dates wrong, and something always goes wrong. So as the weeks go by, I'll be able to give you more of a definitive timing on when that's going to hit you. Now, it's not just going to be a flat catalogue, it's probably going to be at least 64 pages, so that's a lot of new products in there. Not only going back to the principle of the basics, and there's another page from there, not only going back to the principle of the basics of what people need, but of course, most importantly, things like this that people didn't know they needed, but they suddenly do want them in their life, and in their ears, of course. So that is the two types of principles that are going to be in the basics catalogue. Not just basics and essentials like that, but also a whole selection of products that people didn't know they wanted, but they do buy. And as you can see, we've stuck to the theme of keeping it brash and colourful and giving the important products far more page space, because that page space does sell the product. And then of course that format where we've cut down the descriptions, because the products speak for themselves, but they're bright images, and images that obviously will sell straight off the page with a bright price indication there as well. So that catalogue, which really evolved from giving people the basics, the back to basics, but we threw the essentials in, and there'll be a whole lot of other stuff in there. And that'll be before the Christmas catalogue, obviously, because Christmas catalogue is 31st of August. I will try and give you a more definitive timing of when that's coming. But at the moment, as you know, we have out there, and I was talking about products versus people, we've got out there our outdoor catalogue, which of course people would rather be indoors than outdoors at the moment, but the weather is picking up, and so are sales of those products. And particularly what we've done there is, when you talk about products, is not only giving people basics of what they actually want, but giving them things that they see and then they desire and they want. And what I'm talking about there is products like the fairly traded products, products like the eco-friendly products, where people may not have thought about those things, but when they see them on a page in front of them in bright, glorious colour, they will buy from their distributor. So going back to the P's, yes, people are paramount. No matter what happens, they're paramount in this ground floor opportunity of a business of ours. Products are important, of course. If you don't have products, you've got nothing to sell. So the products have to hit two demands. One, what people want, and two, what people will desire once they've seen it, even if it is a tool to stick in your ear. So then comes your profit. And of course, profit has to happen in any organization. You have to be able to make a profit. But you get those three things right, and your business moves, and it grows. And that's where I expect our business to carry on going. You know, yes, we'll make profit. Yes, we're making profit. Yes, we're innovative with products and trying to give people what they want and what they may desire. But most importantly, it's people. And no matter what happens, I will always do my utmost to put our people first, whether, you know, in any way, shape of whatever we do, which is, you know, it's so important to point out to you all the time that we wouldn't be here without you. You know, I know we're not even a year yet, but, you know, even this time last year, 20th of June, 2018, I couldn't have predicted anything, you know, not the amount of people that were joining. I remember my original joining number was based on 500. You know, that's what I had forecasted, that 500 people could potentially join. And there we were, we quadrupled that. Of course, growth in numbers doesn't keep escalating in that way. It doesn't happen that way. Like I've told you before, you have this massive rise, then you have this plateauing time, which has been a few months this year, where your business starts plateauing, then you get the growth, and that's where your people and your products and your profits have all got to be in place and right. And for us, that, you know, we've been in that plateau, we're picking up with the outdoor catalogue, this one's going to help, and then we'll be hitting you with Christmas. So the timing for our growth curve has been absolute perfect. If you see that as the start, I'm trying to draw a curve for you without actually having a pen or paper or a board. So that's where our beginning was. We grew straight up like that, like a rocket. Then we plateaued like every business does, because you cannot have continual growth. It's not economically viable. Then at that point, businesses do one of three things. They either escalate and they grow, they carry on growing on that, going on that plateau, or they drop. Well, we didn't do this business to make it drop. So no one wants to plateau. So what will happen with the timing of the outdoor catalogue, which you have, with Christmas coming, the showcase, and this catalogue, and anything else that we give you, that's where the business then starts to escalate again. So we've hit the format of typical business growth. So, and that's only been possible because the people and the products and the fact that we are a business that has to make profit. So based on that, I guess, I've always said, there's never a need to hype or exaggerate what we have. I've never hyped or exaggerated anything. I might have got dates wrong, I might have got principles wrong, I might have got software deadlines wrong, I might have got timelines wrong, but I've never exaggerated anything. And the growing pains that we've had in our first year, I guess, were inevitable. But because I'd never done a network marketing startup myself, and many of you had never been involved with a network marketing startup, think about it, you haven't. For those of you who are in other network marketing organizations, or you've joined them in the past, you joined them years after they'd started. Very rare has anybody in this business started right at the inception of a business. So those of you who did, you've grown with the growing pains that we've all had for this organization in this first year. Growing pains which were inevitable. We had 2,000 people rammed into a system that didn't work, with catalogues that only had 67 products. So what we had to achieve and what we did was phenomenal. But all of that had to create a mass amount of growing pains. And as I said, no one listening here, or not many, and no one who's been in this business has, and neither have I, been at the inception of a brand new network marketing organization, right from day one, on the 25th of June 2018 at midday when we opened registration. So what you have all witnessed in this first year, I suspect, is what any brand new company goes through, especially one that had instant success. I mean, we had what you would really call overnight success. Overnight success because the dedication of the people and the commitment and the loyalty of the people that came on board. So VivaMK, thank you for that first year. We're not even there yet. We're 5 days away. But thank you for everything you've done in putting us where we are in this first year, for getting that growth curve, for having the business that is going in that direction, for helping and encouraging us every single step of the way. No one person is bigger than the business. Doesn't matter who they are in any business. No one person is bigger than the business. This is the efforts of a collective of people who had the same goal in mind. And that same goal was to have a business that was simple to understand, that you could make some money in, and as Andy and Ram always say, have some fun in too. And I hope we're doing that, and I hope we continue to do that. So happy birthday, VivaMK. I know you're not quite there yet, but it's been a phenomenal year, and thank you to all of you that have been part of the growing pains of a brand new business. You know, we've all felt the things that haven't gone quite right, but we've also all felt the success that this business has. But more importantly than the success that's happened, forgetting all the curve stuff, what's most important is the potential we still have in this people-orientated, ground floor opportunity, true people's business. Thank you for listening again, and happy birthday.